Okay, we're doing this. Here we go. Welcome to Unusual Chatter Podcast. What's up, you guys? My name is Reina Grant, and I will be your host for this podcast. And I'm so glad you joined us today for technically episode number 2. I hope you guys come back and join us again for the next episodes to come. But today's episode is going to be great. It's super special. We have a great special guest joining us today, and I'm super excited to introduce that special guest. That guest joining us today is somebody near and dear to my heart, actually. Somebody who I think highly of. Somebody who's super talented, super creative, super interesting, and has a lot to say about a lot of different things. So I'm really excited to hear her opinions and thoughts on a few different things. This person is my little sister, Reina Grant.
Before I come on, I actually have a special guest of my own. 1 second.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Buddy Oliver Grant. You need help? I got you, bro. There you go, right there. Buddy Oliver Grant.
I can't stand you. I cannot stand you. The fact that he's on this podcast
You didn't think about that one.
makes me so mad.
You didn't think about that
I
one.
told her not to do this.
Yep.
So, Reina, back to you. Name, age, marital status. Tell us about you. Let's start with the name, age, and marital status. Who are you?
Do you want my government name? My whole thing?
I don't know about government name. I feel like people are going to search you up and be
Yeah,
like.
all right. My name is Reina Grant. What's that?
Age?
Oh, age. I'm 18 years old.
Marital status?
I'm single, and I'm planning on Jesus' time.
So you're not looking for anybody right now?
It's in Jesus' time.
Okay. So if you were looking for somebody.
No, you didn't understand what I said. It's Jesus' time. That can be now, that can be tomorrow, that can be next month.
But I'm just saying, if you were looking for somebody.
Like if it wasn't in Jesus' time.
If it wasn't in Jesus' time and you were looking for somebody, right? What's one non-negotiable in a relationship for you?
You can't be lazy.
Okay.
Like, I'm a very active person. Like, I'm a dancer. I obviously don't like, I was a competitive dancer. I don't dance like that anymore, but I'm still very, very active. Take care of myself for the most part. So, like, laziness, that's just not going to cut it for me.
I feel that. Okay, laziness. I like that.
Feel like this boy right here.
I feel like one for me would be travel. Like, you have to want to travel.
Yeah, because you travel a lot.
I love to travel. So, if you don't like to travel, that's not going to work for me. It's not going to work. What do you do as a career? Like, what's your job?
My main job right now is that I'm a social media manager at Church for Our Young Adult Ministry rally.
Okay. And then you danced previously before that?
For the past 15 years of my life.
Okay, 15 years. Oh, interesting. Okay. When you used to go to dancing competitions, what did your day look like?
So it kind of depended on, it depends on the day, because usually competitions are about 3-day ventures, Friday to Sunday. Usually Fridays are like the shortest day. That's like the first day of competition, so they don't start early in the morning. Usually that starts about like 2-3 o'clock, so we have to get there around that time. Just because of how dance competition structure is, usually it'll be like younger girl dances on the first day, so like your minis, maybe intermediate, and like solos mainly. Then Saturday is a bright and early morning, like 5 o'clock. You're there all day, like till like 12, like all day. And it just depends on like how many dances your studio has. So it just varies throughout the day and the day after that. So it's very, very long day. All day, you don't leave.
Where's the furthest you went for a travel competition?
I actually didn't go very far last year, but I know this year in my studio, they have to go to Boca, then they'll be in Pepper Pines, then we'll be in Coral Springs. And then, I lied. We went to Nashville for nationals.
Nashville.
And they're going to Nashville again, so.
That's amazing. Wow. Do you see yourself doing that as a career in the future?
I am actually one of our assistant coaches, so I like to stay in the competition world because I like it a lot. So I love like all the dances that you see there. It's a competition dance is much different than like company type dance or commercial dance. Like it's competitive, and like with that comes certain degree of how good your dances have to be, like the cleaning that goes behind it, the hours of practice. It's different in all terms of dance.
Yeah. So which one do you enjoy more, dancing or photography?
Well, dance is like, it's like, if I didn't have dance in my life, like, I would die.
Okay.
But like, I love photography. Like photography, for example, photography can kind of like go with dance a little bit, because photography is all about like catching that moment in time, like just freezing that time. So if you go back to like a dance picture and you're like, dang, I remember when I did that. Like photography gives me like that I can capture somebody's life and stop it in time. Like they can always go back to that memory because it's been recorded and like it's there. So photography does that for me. Like I obviously, like, I'm gonna say I love dance more, but photography is like one down. Like it's right there.
Got you. So I have a random question for you.
I have a random answer.
A random question. Here we go.
Answer. Yep.
What's a movie that you wish had a sequel?
So, like, this is a movie that does not have a sequel.
Yes, that does not have a sequel that you wish had a sequel.
No, not that one.
I have one, but
okay, you can. I want you to go first.
Well, you want me to go first?
Yes, because I need a moment to think about this.
Okay, I wish Princess and the Frog had a sequel.
Oh, big facts! Big facts!
I need to know what's going on with her.
Right.
I need to understand. Is she okay? Is she doing well?
A lot of Disney movies don't have sequels. Yeah, I'm gonna think of a Disney movie, because like I'm thinking of movies in general, but a lot of movies I like have sequels, like Harry Potter, Mamma Mia. Like those are the movies I like. Things that Marvel, things that have sequels.
Yeah.
But like thinking of a movie that doesn't have a sequel. Princess and the Frog for sure.
Right?
Black History Month. I mean, a movie that I like is Napoleon Dynamite. Like I like that movie, but like
that's good.
Like what? Like almost like what would a sequel to that movie look like? Because that movie's so stupid and interesting. It's dumb.
That's gonna be the picture. Both of us just.
Yup.
Just both of us.
Dab.
What would the sequel to Napoleon Dynamite
Yes, that's what the caption's gonna say on it, and everyone will be like,
"What?
What is this podcast? Unusual chatter." That's funny.
Okay, speaking of sequels and stuff like that, and movies. Okay, Powerpuff Girls.
Yes, I'm more.
Stop it. They're gonna be mess up my mic. If they made a sequel or a reboot of the Powerpuff Girls, who would play the Powerpuff Girls?
Like live action?
Live action.
Live action. Okay. White people.
I have some ideas. I picked based off of how they looked. But that was me. It doesn't have to be for you, but that's how I picked.
I mean, okay, wait. What's that girl name? I'm trying to think of like children actors.
I didn't think children actors at all.
You thought adult actors?
I thought adult and like teenage.
They're in elementary school.
I know, but I just
is this just a reboot, like of just like doing it again, or is it like more things like they're growing up? Because if they're growing up, then that makes sense. But if you want to reboot, like they can't be an adult because they're literally in elementary school.
I literally thought like adult.
You didn't watch the Powerpuff Girls.
I did not watch the Powerpuff Girls. I think I saw one episode of the Powerpuff Girls. Maybe I saw it when I was growing up, but like I don't remember the Powerpuff Girls. Like what?
Didn't you watch Cartoon Network?
Did I watch? I was more of like a Nickelodeon kid.
Oh, facts, yeah.
I was definitely more of a Nickelodeon
Cartoon Network.
Kid. But yeah, who would play them?
I don't know that one girl's name.
What she look like?
She a little white girl with blonde hair.
Damn.
She'll be Bubbles. Wait, can I take my phone out?
I think so.
She's that girl that plays Sabrina, like a witch show on Netflix.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
That one. That girl.
I don't know who you're talking about, but I know
you know the show.
I know the show, but I know the old show. I know like the
That's an old show?
I could have sworn it was an old show.
Let's see.
Sabrina the Teenage
Witch?
Witch?
It's not new on Netflix.
I could have sworn I don't know if
this girl. Her. What's her name? Kira.
No, that's not the Sabrina the Teenage Witch I know.
Well, this show is called Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Yeah, no, that's not the Sabrina the Teenage
Well,
Witch.
if you guys her name is, I think it's.
Am I tripping? Isn't there another Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
No,
Put
this
it,
is not right.
Let me know. Maybe I'm tripping. Put it in the comments. Comment on Instagram. Isn't there another Sabrina the Teenage Witch that's from before?
Sabrina. What's that girl's name? It's a horror show. So, cast. Okay, yeah. Kiernan Shipka. That's her name.
Yeah, no. I thought
that's for Bubbles, okay?
Bubbles is the blonde one?
Yes.
I thought Angelina Jolie. But listen. Listen, when I thought Angelina Jolie from Salt, when she played in Salt, the movie, when she was a blonde in Salt. No, when she was a blonde in Salt.
But she doesn't look like that, Nikki.
But she was a blonde in Salt. Listen, hear me out. I was thinking, like, who was a bad...
I'm gonna need you to rethink this and think of kids, because Angelina Jolie is like 50 years old.
I know, but when she was... I'm thinking, like, who was, like who could fight, you know what I mean? And she was, like, a fighter in Salt. And so I was like, that could do it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to think like that. And then I thought Billie Eilish for the green one. The green, because she had the green eyes and the green hair. And that's what I was thinking. And then I thought Abby Cohen. Do you know who that is?
Let me look that up. For Bubbles, I would do that girl from Riverdale.
I don't know Riverdale. Oh my God, such an idiot, bro. I need to learn my Riverdale people.
Riverdale. I don't know these people. Actually, yeah, Veronica from Riverdale and the redhead girl from Riverdale. This is Veronica. That would be Buttercup.
Oh, I know who that is.
Yeah, this girl. As Buttercup. Actually, no, I got it. The Riverdale cast. This is who it would be. Yes, Lily Reinhart as Bubbles.
Okay.
Madeline Peschke as Blossom.
And
then Camila Mendes as Buttercup.
I could see her as Buttercup.
But no, but like you like the show kind of like puts them like literally off as those characters in Powerpuff Girls. Like you could like see it, but like they just give me those vibes in general. So yeah, I would say them three. Those are my final answers. Done. Period.
Got you.
Whose answers are better? Mine or Nikki's?
Definitely yours. I because I can see it now, but I can see those as that.
Angelina
but
Jolie.
But listen, hear me out.
At that point, you're gonna be like crickets, and I'm just gonna be like. See, I'm
going. Then we're gonna hear Angelina Jolie and be like,
I'm being
what?
like this right now, so you can put the crickets behind me.
But hear me out. When she was in Salt, she was
I don't know what Salt is.
The movie Salt, you gotta see it. She was like fighting. She was killing it. And
as Bubbles? Bubbles isn't even the fighter in the show. She's
I don't know that. I thought all the Powerpuff Girls were fighters. So see, had I known that, I would have picked somebody else.
Buttercup. She's the toughest fighter.
I didn't know that. Nobody told me that. Now on
the topic of Powerpuff Girls, have you seen the Powerpuff Girls shoes?
I've seen them. Would I get them? Probably not.
I will be purchasing the Buttercups when I have the money to do it.
No. I will not be purchasing those shoes. I'm tired
She'll fund money for Angelina Jolie to be Bubbles, though.
Listen, I'm not going to defend myself no more. Okay, I'm done with this. Okay, now I'm thinking, first of all, back to the shoes. The shoes. I'm tired of people spending $500 on shoes.
Those shoes are not $500. They're like $120 retail.
Okay, that's still, I'm tired of people spending $100 and something on shoes.
Nikki, the shoes, the Powerpuff Girl shoes are Dunks. What are you wearing on your feet right now?
I hate you. Listen to me.
Same price.
No, I did not spend. First of all,
where'd you get those from?
Listen to me. Let me speak. Okay, you were let me to speak on my podcast. You're going to let me talk. Okay. Let me speak. First of all, I did not spend whatever.
What'd you spend on those?
I spent $80 on these. $80.
How? Where'd you get them from? They fake?
No, they Foot Locker, first of all, and I had a gift card.
Oh, no. Gift cards don't count. What is the price of the shoes from Foot Locker? What is the price?
$115.
Let's see the retail price of the Powerpuff Girls shoes.
I hate you so much. Because this podcast is literally, everybody's going to be like, dang, she got her. And I'll be like, I'm sick of you.
120. I rest my case.
Okay, but my thing is, I
should have been in debate.
No, but the thing is,
I won.
No, wait. Time out. How many pairs of Dunks do I own?
This is your first pair.
My first and only.
Okay.
How many pairs of Dunks do you own?
1.
How many pairs of shoes do you own over $120?
I would not be answering that question.
How many pairs of shoes do you own over $120?
No comment.
Answer the question.
No comment.
You don't want to answer that question exactly because it's you probably own over at least 6.
32.
That's ridiculous. Over 32, Reina? That's
No. They all weren't over 120. Because, okay, if we're going to talk retail price, maybe. But I thrift a lot and, like, I'd make bargains and I got people. So I didn't spend that much money on all the shoes I have.
That's ridiculous. No, I spend...
they were 100.
No, I'm not doing that. That's ridiculous.
Those are 115.
Okay, but I buy these once...
$15 off.
I buy these once every, 3 years. I will buy shoes once, maybe every 3 years.
Why are you changing the topic?
What's the topic? The topic is, why are we buying shoes? Why are we buying expensive shoes?
I thought it was, Powerpuff Girls and Angelina Jolie. I rest my case.
All right, so Reina, you're my sister, and so obviously we've grown up together, and we've been through some crazy times in our lives, and with that, I have some questions to ask with that. So, how does it feel being a pastor's kid in this generation?
It's a question. If we're talking like my life, like from like to now, being a pastor's kid, like I like being a pastor's kid. You know, like I love my dad. Being a pastor's kid is just a title. Like I'm still I'm not me. Like I'm an adult. I'm a child of a pastor.
Yeah,
that's a title.
Yeah,
but being a pastor's kid in like, you know, like our old church. I had a lot of friends. A lot of the kids that were at that school, their parents either worked there or they were pastors' kids as well. So constantly, like I was surrounded by a lot of staff kids, pastors' kids, and if they weren't, you know, it was a very small population of people that weren't on staff or weren't pastors' kids. But then we moved to Pensacola, and then that like kind of changed because we both went to public schools, and you know, it wasn't the same type of dynamic. Like, you know, being a pastor's kid gives you like street cred, but being a pastor's kid in a public school does the exact opposite.
Yeah.
It gives you that like, oh, you're weird. I don't want to talk to you. I'm not your friend and all that. So for the time of like 3rd grade to 5th grade, like I would say like that was pretty hard on me mentally, you know, like dealing with like friends and all that and not having them.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, pretty much that.
Makes
sense.
Like,
we had like people in our neighborhood, you know, like 1 or 2 people that were like, you know, really there. But like I struggled a lot with friendships back in like 3rd and 5th grade. Because of that, you know, we lived in a really, really small town. So it was like everybody already knew each other that were there. And then like here we were coming in and we were pastors' kids, you know, of like a well-known church in the area. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then, you know, moving back here, coming to CBG, still kind of, that's back in the same environment of like, oh, your dad's a pastor here, but now I'm older. I'm in 6th grade, I'm in middle school. So now I'm going into the petty little drama and all that stuff. So it wasn't, it was added on like, oh, you're a pastor's kid. Like, I can't trust you and stuff like that. So like, even like, you know, I still talk to like maybe like 1 or 2 people that I was friends with in middle school. But a lot of my friends that I had back in middle school, like, I don't talk to those people no more. Just because, like, we just didn't have, like, good relationships following up out of middle school. Just because of different things, you know. A lot of it had to do with me being a pastor's kid, and it was just kind of like that affected me a lot mentally. Because I'm like, it's just a title. You know what I'm saying? Like, my dad's a pastor, but I am me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, I struggled with that a lot, you know. And then, like, going into high school, I went back to public school of my freshman year. But it wasn't the same thing. I went to Cooper City High School. Cooper City is a really small town, city. And I mean, like, it's literally like the country. So everybody's pretty friendly. Like, I didn't struggle with that same thing that I struggled with in middle school. But then COVID hit, and then we weren't in school, and then I just decided not to go back to school. So I was in church most of the time and at dance. So being at dance gave me, like, my real core friends that, like back in middle school, like I was in dance, and I'm still friends with those people to this day. Like, I saw them 2 hours ago. So, like, having friends outside of church, are basically, like, my closest friends. Like, even, like, right now, like, I have coworkers, I have, like, people that, like, you know, I talk to, but, like, I don't really have, like, friends like that in church. You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
And I'm not saying that I don't want that. Like, of course I want that, but I don't think I'll ever feel a real connection with somebody on that level because I'm a pastor's kid, and I feel that they won't be able to fully trust me with, like, anything they want to talk about or anything that I want to talk about to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't have the same conversations with people in church that I can with my friends outside of church. Wow. Because my friends outside of church, they're not looking at me as your pastor kid. They're looking at me as Reina. Wow. So, I mean, yeah. So being a pastor's kid in this society, you know, you'll get looks from people, and then other people are going to be like, you know, like, we're gang. Like, oh, for example, like, technically past 3 years, I went to this camp in Texas called PKVK that's sponsored by Fellowship Church. And even there, like, even though I don't see these people every single day, I only see them once a year, some of my best friends in the whole entire world. Like, I talk to these people, like, not every day because we all have our own lives. We all live across the country. But quite often I talk to these people a lot because not only do they get it, but they get me and I get them on a different level that I couldn't connect with anybody else. Yeah. Like, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking like my friends that I have now. They can't connect with me on the same level that they can because they're pastors' kids. They get it. We've all had the same experiences. So, like, my closest friends, like, are them and, like, my friends from dance. So being a pastor kid in this society, it's a struggle bus, and people look at you and they're like, oh, you're a pastor's kid. You must be great. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, that's really deep, and it really makes me understand you more on a deeper level, because there's things that you've said just now that, one, I agree with, and two, I didn't know that you felt, because I feel the same way, and I didn't know that you understood me the way that I understood you. So, wow, it makes me open my eyes to you a lot more. So that's really it's really amazing. So, Reina, how do you balance faith in this culture?
This culture is something interesting. It kind of goes back to, like, being a pastor's kid, because it's like, you know, if you're a pastor's kid, like, oh, your faith, like we know what you believe in, we know that you're a Christian, like, we know what your faith is and all that. But in terms of, like, having faith in this culture, for most of my life, I don't, like, not struggled. Like, I'm a pastor's kid, you know. I understood the Bible very well. I know that Jesus is my best friend. I know that he lives in my heart. I know that he died on the cross for all of our sins. Like that, I understand all that fairly well. I can explain that and go on about that for hours. Yeah. But it wasn't up until this past summer, 2023, that I really, like, had a not right words, spiritual awakening. Is that the right words? Yeah, spiritual. You know, in Jesus' name, not nothing else. Had a spiritual awakening, and it was actually at PKVK. And, like, I'm not gonna go into all of it, but God encountered me in a way that He's never encountered me before. Like, I didn't like I've met other people that, like, have said, like, they've had encounters with God, and how He just entered their life in a drastic and crazy way, and I'd be like, that's never happened to me. So it's like, what's like, I always felt that there was something missing from my life. Like, I always had different questions about my faith, you know, like that I could go on about for hours. And I felt that those questions were because I never had that experience that some of my friends or some other people in my life that I've heard say that.
Yeah.
But now that, like, I've had that encounter with God in like a crazy, crazy way.
Yeah.
That, like, this whole past summer, like, it just, like, my life will never be the same.
Makes sense.
Like, before, you know, like, I would, for example, go to a math test and be like, all right, you know, I'm gonna pass this test. I'm praying to pass this test. But, like, you know, it's always like you can't pray about it and not do any action or work for it. But actually, like, having faith, like, knowing that, like, my God is out there and my God is for me.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have that before, that in my mind before. And, like, I have that now. That God, like, I'm going to go to heaven one day because I believe that Jesus died on the cross for my sins and your sins and everybody's sins of the world. And as long as I accept that and I know that I'm going to heaven. Like, I know that. I know I'm a sinner. I sin every single day. We all sin every single day. And that's never going to change. But to know that I know Jesus and he died on the cross for my sins, like, my debt is paid. As long as I continue to follow through for him throughout my life, I'm going to heaven.
Yeah. This is so good. Like, I'm really glad I did this podcast with you first because it's exactly what Unusual Chatter needed to hear in the beginning to start off. So I'm really glad we did this first with you. Reina, what keeps you stress-free and grounded?
Stress-free. I'm stressed out a lot. So to be real with you, I struggle with that part. Because, like, I have, like, a lot of... I do a lot of things for my job.
Yeah.
I'm a student, so, like, I'm constantly, like, go. Like, I feel like, for me, I need to be busy, or else I'm gonna get lazy.
Yeah.
So, at the same time, like, I don't like to be stressed out. Like, I like my work to give me a challenge, but for it to just be, like, go. Like, I don't want to stress about my work or stress about schoolwork. Like, I just want to do it.
Yeah.
But, because if I don't have anything to do, then I'm gonna fall off, and I'm gonna be lazy. So, like, what do I want to be stressed out? No, I don't want to be stressed out. But stress keeps me going. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like, for example, my boss will text me something and it'll be like, hey, can we do this and, like, have this like that and have this like this. And then in that moment, I'm like, dang, I'm stressed out. Because, like, I got to get all this stuff done. But shut up. I got to get that stuff done that he told me to get done. But it's like it gets me grinding. Like I want to do this to the best of my ability. Like, when I work, school, with my job, it's always like 100%. Like, it's never like, oh, I'm just gonna throw this together and get that there.
Yeah.
Maybe like once or twice I've done that, but that's only like that's my laziness kicking in. When I do something good and, like, I'm proud of it, like, that's me putting in 100%, and that's because I was stressed out in the process.
Yeah.
But, like, to answer your question, what keeps me stress-free?
Yeah.
Food.
Not food.
And God and Jesus and the Bible.
I mean, the Holy Trinity.
Yes.
But,
no.
food.
No. The Holy Trinity is the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
So then what did you say?
I said the Bible, Jesus, and God. I mean, I'm not somebody that's like, oh, this is what I do to stay stress-free. I do skincare and I journal. I mean, those are, like, the answers that, like, and I'm not saying a specific type of person, but, like, if you ask, like, some of the girls, like, at our church, they're gonna say an answer like that, like,
skincare,
I journal, and like that's not me. Like, I like to be stressed. I like to be stressed out. Because it's not stress, it's grind.
That's me.
I like to be on my grind.
I feel like that's where I'm at right now. Like, I feel like me and you are on the same page because right now I'm working 3 jobs and I'm doing this podcast, and I'm like, I'm stressed, but I'm working and I'm doing stuff, so I'm
to get better, to progress in life.
Exactly, and I'm liking it. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, I'm gonna start needing a day off, but at the same time, where I'm at right now, I'm liking the motion, rhythm I'm in right now. So.
I would say that having a day off.
Yeah.
Because, Tuesdays are my school days. Thursdays are my school days. Maybe like a Monday or a Friday I'll go to school because like a game or of some sort. Wednesdays are my church days. So it really varies between like a Monday and a Friday if that's going to be my off day. And like I need to have an off day.
Yeah.
Well, no, now Mondays cannot be my off day. So Fridays are going to be my off days from now on. But I would say, yeah, that keeps me stress free. Like being home, being able to take care of home. And like, obviously, like with my job being at church, it's different because my work is on a computer or on my phone. Like it's social. It's not stuff that I do with other people.
Yeah.
Sometimes. But my job can be done from home. So like once or twice, do I have to go on my computer and like maybe fix something or do something? Yeah, sure, obviously. But being able to stay home and like just chill, watch some TV, do laundry, stuff like that. Like having a day for home, like that, stress free. Yeah.
What are some of your goals in life? Or what's a goal that you're trying to achieve? Like one mid goal, one main goal that you're trying to achieve right now?
So like someone asked me this same question like back in early January. And a goal, like a goal that I have right now is that I want to buy myself a camera. Like, obviously, I'm a photographer, but I don't use my camera. I use a borrowed camera from somebody else. So having my own camera is going to allow me to have a lot more opportunity.
Yeah.
To be able to do more things without having to, like, check with those people, like, hey, can I use this? Or, like, having to think, like, oh, but it needs to be there for this because that's what it's actually for.
Yeah.
So, like, that's a goal that I have to buy myself a camera, at least by... my thing is, like, I need to have a camera by December, but, sometime this year, I'm going to buy myself a camera.
And how do you plan on achieving that goal?
So I've been saving money since, like, November. I put, like, I have a few different jobs. So from my main job, I put, like, 100 into my savings, and then from my school job, I don't get much money from there, so any money I get from there just goes to my camera. And then I work at my dance studio, and, like, I don't get a lot of money from there either, a little bit. So that stuff just goes to my camera. So, and like New Year's resolution, I don't have one. I have a word. It's growth. This year's just all about growth. Growth in my job, growth in my faith, growth in life in general, just different things. Like I just want growth this year.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be the same person now by December. Like I want life to be different. So, yeah. As long as there's progress, as long as there's growth in my life.
That's amazing. Well, Reina, thank you for joining us on this podcast today with Unusual Chatter. We literally loved everything about you. We had so much fun. We laughed with you. We didn't cry with you.
Who is we?
We being us, me and
The camera?
the fans.
The Sony? Canon is better.
You know what? Don't judge my Sony. Sony's where it's at. Shout out Sony. We're not sponsored by them, so we can't put that in there.
Yeah. You're talking about Chick-fil-A.
Anyways, Reina, thank you so much for joining us today. We had so much fun talking to you and getting to know you more and just having fun with you today. It was really a blast for you to be our first guest ever on Unusual Chatter.
Damn.
I literally loved it. I loved getting to know you more. So thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. We hope you come back and talk to us again.
Come back.
Yes, come back.
What we going to talk about? What you going to give me that time? The next time I want Chipotle.
You know what?
Not Chipotle.
This is why we can't.
Because this time we had not Chick-fil-A.
Okay. We're done with her. All right. Anyways.
Next time I'm asking the questions.
We're done with her. All right. So thank you guys so much for joining us today. We hope you guys enjoyed the episode.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in, and we hope you guys come back for episode number 3 next Tuesday. Like number's 3.
3. Ew.
3. It's
what?
all.
3. That is so weird.
I'm done with her. Anyways,
my finger doesn't even go down like
we
that.
hope you guys join us next week on Unusual Chatter for our next episode. We have another special guest joining us, and I can't wait for you guys to meet them. So join us next week for the next episode.
How do you do that?
See you guys next week. Bye.
Bye. How do you do that? That hurts my hand. Like, actually hurts my hand.